All right. All right. So you all can hear me, right?
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. So recording is in progress, so I can share the recording after this. So basically, last week we met. Some of you were not in that meeting, but I gave some info about how to start a team and how the whole competition is going to go about. So everything is in that um, PowerPoint I sent. Did you guys go through whenever you had time, just go through it? But today I'm going to be talking more about, because now it is more like a summer time where kids can start practicing, know about more about robot, and then the kit, what all things contain in the kit. How do we start learning about all those different parts of the kit, and then start learning programming. So we can get started from today, tomorrow. So I shared the Google Drive where all the information is in there. So one of the thing I wanted to show you with the robot kit is, for this competition, we talk about three things. One, a robot game, and the other one is the innovation project, and the third one is the core value. So let me start, concentrate on the first slide about the robot and how you want to learn about to build the robot, and then start programming, and then you will understand what the whole project is all about. So the the robot kit we'll be purchasing is the Prime Spike. Previously, it was EB3, and now it is Prime Spike is the new robot we'll be using it. We will be purchasing two things. One, the Education Spike Prime set, and then the Education Spike expansion set. So this one is 399, and the second one is 139. But without the second one, it's going to be hard to do all the competition, like building the robot. So both of them together, around $540, but $20 shipping. So you can do as part of the registration, and you will get it within couple of days. You will get the robot, so we can start practicing it. So this is the first thing you need to do after registration. You need to order this kit, where you will get the kit, and the kids will have at least 2 to 3 weeks to learn about building the robot, programming the robot. Um, so so these are the two things, and let me show you what this Prime set contains. So the Prime set has full robot, and then I have a video embed into this, so you can just click it and see what all things included in the Prime set, the Lego Education Prime set. And then I have another video for unboxing, how there's a link. It will tell you each and every part what it belongs to. So what I recommend is, let the kids go through this, the video, and understand the parts, like what a hub is, what a motor, what a sensor. Those are the major basic things kids should know. So I have this video. It's a YouTube video, and you can click it and see more details. And if I am going to explain it, it's going to be taking at least an hour to go through it. But let kids go through it initial, and then I can explain it more in detail. So this is the Prime set. And the expansion set is where you get additional motors, additional sensors, which is really required for this competition. So there is an unboxing video is also there. And I put it in the Google Drive. You can open it and then click the link. It will tell you the YouTube video will come, and then you can understand the whole basics, what all things we are going to purchase as part of the robot. And then the next one is there is a 8 lessons uh, that Lego itself is giving an 8 lessons you videos. Each and everything is a video. First, it will tell you what a kit is, what all the different function. The hard function means the complete CPU the robot is going to do, and how is it going to be the application, how you are doing a drag and drop. And there are two ways you can program. One is where you can there is a no code where you drag and drop and then you write the program, use that. The other one is you can write program in Python, but that is for the next year you can try. And then it talks about hub means the CPU of the robot, and then the single motors, what a color sensor is, distance sensor. So I'm going to show you what this is going to look like when you open this URL. Me Go to this. Yeah. So this is a lesson I was talking about. If you go through it, it will open up into browser, and then you can let me show you one of the example here. This URL should let me see this. Okay, enable content. Okay, that's why. Um, yeah. So if you look at this, this is what about the different lessons, the 8 different lessons. And then each one, if you go to the to YouTube itself, you can see, like if you go to this YouTube and it will show you, you have 8 lessons, different lessons. So you can go through it with your kids, and then understand that, you may not get it in the first go, but just go through it. But once you have a spike in your hand with the robot, then you can try different things. There are some workshops they have. You can do it. But otherwise, I will also host a workshop. Then we can go through it. But in advance, I just wanted to send you, before you get your robot, you can just go ahead and familiarize with the robot and things like that. So those are the the robot you will be purchasing it as part of the registration process. The prime set and the expansion set. Um, any questions so far?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah. So as I explained the whole robot itself, you need to first register the team. So let me open this. Okay. So first you need to register. So one of the coach or one admin, let's say you have 6 kids in your team, and then one of the parent can start register. And then first you need to register the team. And when you register, as part of the whole process, there is an option to purchase the robot. And then also you need to purchase for this season. Altogether around $900 it cost, but the whole process need to be registered by a coach or someone, an admin from your team. But if you need any help, let me know. I can help you out how to register it. Once the registration as a team is done, each parent has to create their own account also. And then and register yourself with the parent's name, with your name, email address, birth date, not the child's. Okay, and then add your child and apply to a team. So basically, first you register the team, and all the parents with their kids, all the parents need to register themselves as a parent and apply to the team, because once you apply register a team, you will get a number, team number, and that is where these kids are going to go and add to the team. So that's the thing which is it is better to do it as early as possible. Anyway, you decided to start this, so once you register it, you will get a team number, and then you order the kit. You will get the kit within 2 or 3 days. Once you get your kit, and then we can start building the robot, because there's a lot of workshops available or videos available, and then we can start learning programming, how to do the programming for Prime Spike. So this is the best time to register, at least this week. Register the team, and add kids to the team. It can be end of the month or so, but first register the team and order the kit. That is the first thing need to be done in this week, so that we get more time. Otherwise, if you decided to do it next month or end of this month, you will get your robot late, and then you won't have time to learn and program it, all those stuff. It's going to be delayed. So it is better to do this. So what I recommend is, everyone, one parent can at least start the registration process, and all the kids can start looking at this YouTube video, the first one, the second one, and the third one. So the next meeting, we will have a discussion about each set, what is it contains, and what are the uses. I'm going to be asking questions and discussing with kids, and parents, please join us, that they also understand what we are, what kids are going to work on this. So this week, let them go through these three video. One about the prime set, the expansion set, and then little bit of tutorial how to put together a robot, how to do simple programming, and also how to install the app in your laptop, uh, things like that. So they will understand the basics of it. So that is a homework. One, register the team for a parent, and the other one is and ordering the kit, and the second one is let kids go through this tutorial, um, and whatever they understood, it's okay. You don't need to understand the whole thing, but at least they can start learning through videos, because we don't have a kit yet now. But next week, when the kit arrives, we can jump in, and then start uh, start designing a robot, and also practice programming, and then we can have our own friendly competition, small things like having a robot going into straight line, turning, all those different kinds of stuff kids can practice. So this, by the end of this month. So July is the best month for learning, and so we can make use of that. Any questions so far?
No, this is all great, Mr. Venkatesh. Thank you so much. So when we
Yeah.
register the team, then itself that we get both the kits, right? The prime set
Correct.
as well as the extension kit. And
That's right.
before which we are getting ahead and trying to understand what we are going to get in that, and when we get it, we would
Yes.
be the kids would be practically looking into it and be able to start working on it right away, right? So
Exactly. So many times what happened is, many teams, what the mistake they did was, they already have a kit and they don't understand what a motor
right.
is. They don't understand what a hub is. Without knowing, they just jump in and doing it. But
Got it.
at this point, before we wait for the kid to arrive, it's the
Yeah,
best thing to for the kids to understand each and every part. What is it doing it? So the main thing we need to make them like a engineering perspective to teach them is what is a linear motion, and
sure.
how you convert a linear to a vertical motion, and how all these different motions using the gear. What is the gear ratios, like 1:2 or 2:1? How do you control those ratios? And all those kind of things, what a sensor do, uh, they can understand each and everything. And I want uh, everyone to prepare them, each one, like each subject, like let's say hub. So one of the kid is going to prepare and then give a presentation to the team, including parents, right? So
Yes.
it improves their presentation skill, as well as they know more about. So one person is an expert in the hub, and the other person is an expert in the sensor. The one person is expert in. So we have inclusion of everyone in, like it is not like one person is going to do everything, right? So like it will be a
Absolutely.
learning process for everyone, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No,
that's yeah.
sure. Definitely. Just another quick question. So,
Mhm.
out of so in those 8 videos, so we would expect all the kids to go through all the 8 videos, or should we have each kid do each video? I don't know, when you mentioned about
Yeah,
that.
I
How
think
many?
you need to go through all the 8 videos. Everyone
Okay.
need to go through it, and then
Okay.
only they understood the whole
Got it.
process. But
Got
even if they don't understand, it's okay. Let them at least they will get 25 to 30% in their head. That's
right.
enough. That is enough. At least they have the familiarization. So next week, when we are meeting, when I'm talking more about the robot, and they will have, oh, this is what we are talking about. So
Got
they can go back, and then so it's a learning process. At least we can get this started this week, instead of waiting, because now anyway it's a summer time, so they have at least week they can spend, and they can have their own meetings, they can have and having interactions between them. So I will also send some communication preference, like how do you want to communicate? Do we do through WhatsApp group, or for kids especially, or maybe a Slack channel, or a Teams, Microsoft Teams. So I'll give some suggestions. Let kids come together and come up with their idea, like or what kind of platform they want to do. The communication is very important. If we set this communication channel properly, it's going to really work wonders. Otherwise, um, communication is a very big a factor in this project as well, right? So I'm
yes.
going to suggest something, and then I can build it for starting it like it's a free platform. We can build it and let
Sure.
kids all those communication has to go through it. Don't email is good, but always this communication channels are really good. So we can create different channels. One is design channel, one is the innovation challenge channel, one is core value. So we can have different channels, and then let kids manage it. So and we can always go through it and see whether how they are doing it, just to make sure the core value the kids are following the core value. So it's a very good way to set up the communication channel. And yeah, so this
Thank
week, yeah, this week I prefer to register, register and learn through this. And by next week we have, let's say we get the robot, and then we can start. More homework will be assigned, and then we can go through it. Yeah, you have a question, Joshua?
Yeah. So Ms. Venkatesh, my question is in terms of registration,
Mm-hmm.
we are still trying to get, if possible, a girl to join a team, a girl or two.
Mm-hmm.
But when we start the registration, for now, we have these 5 kids. for sure. Can we register and then later
Yeah.
register the girl?
You can add the kids till even August or September before the competition. So you can register now and keep adding kids. It's not a problem.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then the other question that I had is, do they all need to have like a proper laptop, or is just a Chromebook enough for this coding?
Chromebook
What do you?
Chromebook should be good because it's all browser based. But I wanted to check whether Chromebook will allow installing this app because there is an installation available for this app. I think especially for FLL program, you need a Windows laptop or a MacBook.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we okay then.
The
So
other one,
this.
it will work through browser, but it is only for small kids where they just run the robot with the iPad and Chromebook. But definitely you need a Windows laptop or a MacBook for sure.
And
Yeah.
every week they meet. Every time they meet, we are thinking of once or twice. They would have to bring their laptop, and each of them will be coding. Or how do you envision the meetings would be? Like they will code at home and come and like explain and fine tune it,
Yeah.
or
So the way to go about it is first they need to practice at home with each understand like what a motor, how the motor can be programmed. um that thing, it's a learning process for everyone, has to go through it. But as far as the competition point of view, um, we need to first understand the complete the competition game. Each challenge we need to understand, and every kid has to go through this whole because each like the whole competition may have 10 or 15 challenges, right? Task need to finish. So each task they need to understand ins and outs, like everybody need to know about it. So what I see, most of the team, what they do is they divide three tasks to one person, like that. Let's say we have six kids, so divide the three into each. So each task, they are the one who are the ownership of those three tasks. So, but as a team, the whole team, they need to know all the rules about the challenge. So for example, one of the tasks is you need to take a ring from one place to the another place. But in that, there's a lot of things. It says that you should not touch the robot on this side, or while taking the ring, it should not drop the ring. So all those different combinations of rules, you need to know. Everybody in the team need to know about it. So it's a scope of the project, right? So that's the first 5 days. They need to, once the challenge is released and everything is set to go, the first thing is to do is they need to understand the whole game. Many teams, what they get into trouble is they don't understand the whole game, and they start working on a game and they never advance it. So instead, let's say if we have 15 or 16 different tasks, we divided to each kid, each like give the ownership. They need to come up with a design, and how to create this, how we can this particular task, how can we work on it, right? Like create a program and things like that. So it doesn't need to be programmed, but at least they need to have an idea. Like, if let's say if a robot is moving, and you can just show with hand and how we are going to achieve this particular task, right? And then write a pseudocode or a flow chart, and then they start programming or designing. So the first 5 days, they are going to understand the whole game, and then they are going to start writing the flow chart in the next 5 days, and then they are going to start designing and building it. So we wanted to, but at the same time, they are going to learn about this, the programming and design. They are going to do it parallelly. But as far as the project is concerned, we are going to do this. So to answer your question, basically each task has a separate program. Let's say the robot is standing near to that particular challenge and then doing the task. That is one program. So these are all multiple programs the kids will be developing it, and they are going to come back and then put that program into the robot and then make the robot work it, right? And make it to work for at least 10 times to make sure it is consistently working. It is basically the robot is standing near to the task and then doing whatever the task is assigned to do it. So it's kind of like unit programming, like 16 different programs will be built. Finally, we need to combine those 16 out of the 16. We need to combine this as a one main program. So that is the idea. So by doing that, every kid has an opportunity to do the programming, do the design, do the run, everything there. Each and every kid will be going through that process. Basically, we want this learning process to be uh, enjoyable, not too stressed about whether to win the combination. But this is how we can conquer, because it's, let's say, 16 to 18 challenges or tasks. It's so hard to start thinking about all in one sentence. Oh, we cannot do it. No. So what we can do is we can conquer one after another. So each kid conquer two tasks, and collectively we can conquer out of 18, at least we can conquer 10, because at the 2.5 minutes we need to finish everything. So then we can understand which one we need to prioritize, and then we can say, oh, uh, which task is easier. So everybody is going to be part of this whole competition, right? So nobody is left behind. That's the main idea.
Thank you. So, when they program, I understand, and I just have a vague idea.
Mhm.
But so they'll have to build the robot to do, like, if it has to take a ring, and so they need to build the arm associated with it, or what?
Correct,
And just
correct.
so that should also happen
Yeah, yeah.
parallelly, and that they will do together, and then the
Yes,
programming will be split between kids, and
yes.
everybody understand all the rules. So
Yeah.
when they meet on a particular day,
Mhm.
they will probably pick couple of tasks. The
Yep.
kids will come prepared for the meeting with the code for that,
Mhm.
like hopefully a running code. If not, they'll fine tune it. But
E
then they will build the parts, put it together, and
Mhm.
then test the code, fine tune it, and get
Yes.
it to working.
Exactly. So the first thing we will be doing is a base robot. So base robot is nothing but a robot has tires and which can move around, going forward, backward, sideways, all those things that need to be there, right? So, but each task is a combination of some arms and then a program. So we attach these arms to the base robot and then run the program to do the task, right? That's what we are going to do. So we will put together a project plan, like when they are going to start doing it. But every time when you have a meeting, we need to have a stand-up meeting. Like they need to say what they are going to do on that day, and in the end, after the meeting is ending, we will have a plan for the meeting. So during the end of the meeting, they need to say what they accomplish and then what they are going to do next meeting. So they need to discuss. So every meeting, one kid will be a leader, right? And the next meeting, another person is going to lead it. So that everybody has a chance to go through the process, right? That's the idea.
Okay, thank you. And then so laptop. No.
I have a question.
So
So about this, I have multiple questions.
Yeah, yeah,
So what we are trying to do essentially is basically having modular programming sequence.
exactly. Correct.
Yeah, and then we're gonna combine them at the end, right? So
Exactly. Yes.
when we do this, and like you said, it's mostly going to be like a stand-up, where we're going to be like, okay, what I did yesterday, what I'm going to do today, and all those things.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I've seen some videos where some kids or pictures where some kids are having these Kanban boards digitally, or sprint boards, where something is like to
We can
do and
introduce that. We can introduce that. That's what I wanted to do, because that
okay.
way we can, at any point of time, the kids can say where they stand, right? Um, but it may be difficult in the beginning, but when we introduce and let them go through the process, it's going to be really a good experience for them. And there are some free Kanban boards available. I can send you, we can set it up as part of the communication channel I was talking about. So we can do a Kanban board, and then how kids are going to. So we can also help them initially to put the task in their board, and then let the kids decide. We can help them to build it, and then so one person will be something like a Scrum Master, and that person is going to conduct it, and they will rotate the Scrum Master in that team. So basically, small things we introduce as if they are doing a huge project. It's a big project, like 18 tasks plus innovation project and core value. It's a lot in their hand. But if they don't do it in a sprint manner, it's going to be hard for them to finish it. Um, so we can achieve that, but conquer little by little every meeting, right? So that's the idea. Yeah. All right. So this
Yeah.
this week I was
Sorry, I
talking.
think
Yeah.
Question.
Yeah.
cut off Priscilla. Please go ahead, Priscilla.
No. So only if you're done, Shreya, I just have
I
some
am done.
basic question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the question that I had for reviewing the video, do you recommend them reviewing it together as a group, or just do it separately and then come and answer your questions on the
Um.
next meeting? What do you recommend?
So I think they can do with their parent
Okay.
initially, and then when they meet it, they start talking about it, right? Otherwise, they have no clue. When they come to the meeting, they will be playful, and the thing will get done. So let them like we are teaching kids about mathematics and other. Just a parent can sit together, sit with them, spend a half an hour, 45 minutes, and go through it, and then meet as a team, and then and maybe they can do a Zoom meeting if we are living far away, and or you can meet in one place and then have this session, and then they can discuss it, and uh, they can share their experience, like what they learn. They can say what they learn. This is what the video is about, and then I learn about this. This is a hub, and again, we are waiting for the kid to arrive, but at least they have something to talk about it, right? At least we start talking about the whole competition, and when they meet, they also need to go through the this one. Let me show you.
Yeah, I'm done with my question, so you can
Yeah.
move on
Yeah.
to the. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So the innovation challenge is another big thing. Can you see my screen?
We are still seeing the PPT.
The season submerged, is that what you're seeing now?
No, we are seeing the Lego Education Spike Prime set,
Oh
that
my
page.
gosh, oh my goodness. So maybe I was thinking that I'm sharing my screen somehow. So let me share the screen one more time and then go through it. Sorry about that. I thought I was sharing my screen. Um, can you see my screen now?
I'm still seeing the PPT. Anyone else see anything else?
No, still see the PPT.
Okay. So
Same here. Yeah. Still seeing the people.
so can you see my screen now? The Lego kit.
Uh, I'm seeing the PPT
Yeah.
title Prime Spike Overview.
So we are seeing that you're moving around the slides. So now we are on the price
Oh yeah, yeah.
spike.
So you can see now, now this PowerPoint slides are moving, right?
Yes, yes. Now
Okay.
you're
So this is what I was talking about. Sorry about that. Initially, I was explaining with the PowerPoint slide, but you were not seeing it. Sorry about that. So let's say this prime, prime. It's all about prime spike, and these are the two sets we are going to purchase. One is Lego Education Spike Prime set,
Yeah,
and the
we
other one is
saw, we were following those things up until you talked about parents having to register. That slide we saw.
Oh, okay,
And
okay. Oh,
yeah,
nice, nice, nice. So let me go into the next slide. Let me do that here. Okay. So the innovation project. So we talk about this week, they are going to one registration, the other one is learning the tutorial, right? So the other thing kids can also start preparing about is in the innovation project slide, go to this innovation project ideas. So slide 7, and in this, there are some ideas about this particular season, how to reduce the pollution in the in sea, uh, and then how we can combat climate change, and what is a sustainable fishing practices, how do we protect marine lives, and then individual, what all the call to action, what all things you can do. So there are some ideas in the next slide. One is advanced submersible and underwater drones. So let kids do some research on, shape shifting submarines, and the deep water, deep sea exploration, adaptive research vessels. Just go through some videos, symbolic coral reefs, submarines. You may get some ideas of what it is, and then they can come up with their own idea. So we have to select one particular problem, and then if you research through and go through it, and they can come up with the idea like what they are going to work on for this particular season, for this innovation project. So this is very important, because the underwater research is what we are going to be working on for this research. So this week, let them go through some of the ideas, and do some brainstorming, and then every kid has to come with three projects, like ideas. And then so collectively all the 6 kids are going to look at each idea, and then pick out of the 6 idea, let's say 10 ideas, we have to pick 3 or 4, and out of that we need to come to one. So that process will take at least 2 to 3 weeks, but they can start going through, reading through this, what is an advanced submersibles, and then what is an underwater drones. Kids can understand, and then and there are some other um, information resources they give, how to pick a project topic and conduct a research. Just go through this, because the first has given this is a URL, and you can just go through it, the topic, and then how we can select one project out of all these ideas. So that is the first one. There is a 40-minute presentation, so you can go and work on it with the
Link did
kids.
not
Mhm.
open for me, Mr. Venkatesh. These links did not open for me.
Oh, no, no, this is an image. So I have another, I will send you another, the one spreadsheet I send it from, initially it has the link, but I will send you that.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah. See, this is the PDF, actually the resource PDF, and page number 5. I sent this PDF file in the other meeting, so you can look at the page number 5 and then click this link.
Sure, okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
this is a PDF. PDF has a link. And then the essential Google search, how do you do a research, right? Yeah, what all the essential Google search and tricks for building a research. So, at this age, we need to give some guidance, right? Then reading, how do we get the source? Let's say when you're coming with ideas, they need to have a habit of writing it down. What is the source of this idea comes from? It is very important for any research project. So especially for FLL, they say, okay, what all the sources you got this info, right? So Khan Academy has a very good, material. It will tell you how to, uh, keep the source document, where this source is coming from. Then videos, how to create a video, and then what are the sources, how do we put together the sources, and then how to create a survey where sometimes during the research, we need to send out the survey to as many people get inputs, and then they have to analyze the data and things like that. So it's all part of the research. So there are some resources they are given, and they can go through it, understand at least, you don't need to be an expert on it, but at least understand these things. You need to put it together. Then how do you create a prototype? And then presentation skills, and then part one, part two. So all these things are very important for research, and this is a great opportunity for kids to even understand the basics. So I recommend that the kids can go, or parents can go through this video tutorial resources, and page number 5 in this PDF. Um, if I didn't send the PDF, I will put that PDF in there, in that Google Drive.
You shared
Yeah.
quite a lot of stuff already, and I can get that and place it in the Google Drive.
Yeah, yeah. And this page number 5, there is a web resources available. Just go through it, but it's a it's a great opportunity for even for parents to understand this, and teach kids, because it may be too much for the kids initially. We can just help them out, and even a small research, we need to make sure that they follow the whole process, even simple things, right? So just wanted to make sure that we follow it. That's the whole idea why we are doing this, Lego, first Lego League is all about. So even a Hello World, they are writing a program, they go through the whole process, and they can just imitate the same thing for much complex programs, they can be successful. So this week, it is better to go through slide number 7, 8, and go through the 9 and 10. Understand how to pick up topic, and for the research. Just go through it. It will take at least 7 days to complete that. So let this be a homework for the kids and for parents as well.
Thank you, Mr. Venkatesh. So about the coding part, right? Understanding the motion, then, trying to understand. Some kids may already have some knowledge on coding, and, they might be really good at it, and some kids may
Oh,
not
nice.
really. So, how do we start handling that? Because I feel like at least for Ishwa, we need to start handling that now.
Yeah, so that is what I wanted to have all the kids learn the whole, the lesson plan I gave you for, especially for FLL. I have a lesson plan. I already put it there. Once we have the robot and then the lesson plans, they have to go through it, and then I will put a test. It will be more like a quiz kind of test, but that will cover most of the, like, so that everybody is in the same level, right? So they need to pass the exam, and if they don't, we will have to retest it, and then learn it and do it again, all over again. So basically it's kind of like a certification process for them. So anybody who is in the team has to go through the certification. So let Kit handle that questionnaire. I'll prepare the questions, but let the kids handle the, how they are taking the test, like, or the parent or a coach can also help in, doing the test. But they will have to certify that as part of the team's policy. You can come up with, everybody has to go through, learn this, pass the test, so that everybody is having the same level. There's always going to be a challenge, and different kids are in different levels, but it doesn't matter. We can go through this process of teaching. They have to go through it and then certify that. So that gives a confidence that, oh, they are all certified. We are all on the same level. Because at the end of the day, we don't want anyone to left behind. But again, out of the 6 kids, maybe 2 of them are very good in design, 2 of them are in programming. But at that point, let them decide, like, oh, I want to be the design expert. The other one, two, is going to be a programming expert, and then the other two will be project management and research. So, based on their interest, we can just divide that at that level. But initially, everybody has to know everything. Um, that's part of the team's policy, right? That um, during the competition, if some kid not able to come to this, so somebody else will be covering for them, right? The team will not get affected.
Okay, thank you.
Makes sense. And
Yeah.
Shreya, I don't know if anybody had done private coding lessons or something like that, but in my opinion, you don't have to swear over it. I think they will all be in the same level, unless somebody had taken a programming course.
Yeah,
So
you
don't
don't.
worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry
Start
about
my
it.
reality check
Yeah.
recently, so I'm good. I think I should at least some kind of this one, but definitely that is one thing. Also, Mr. Venkatesh, I forgot to ask you about the training for the coaches. When do we have to take it? How do we have to go about doing that?
Training, the coaches training is basically, we can set a time for coaches or parents, or maybe coach or assistant coach, or anybody who want to step up, and we can have a weekly session or something we can have. And then by the time the game is released, the challenge is released, we can have more discussions, and you can come up with questions, send it to me in advance, and we can all talk. Whenever you have questions, you can put together, and then we can meet. And
Uh,
and yeah.
FLL, we have to take some course, is what I was under the
It's a
impression.
screening, I thought.
Yeah,
I
it
think you're
is
talking about the
basically,
screening.
yeah, it is basically a screening. As part of the admins need to take take a test, so that it's a youth protection test, so that
Okay.
as part of the first policy, you need to go through that, uh, to and then they will certify that, oh, this person, because they are working with underage kids, right? So you got to be very careful about, uh, the first is very careful about that. So any coach or an assistant coach has to go through that, but it's pretty easy. It's not that hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds
Yeah.
good. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. All right. So I will send this PDF also in the Google Drive, and then so this week we can get started. Uh, and then have kids step up, and then they will have an active role, because now we are just talking about forming the team and things like that, right? So let's start now, and then register the team, and then the second thing is going through the tutorial, understand the robot, and then programming in a high level, and then do some research on the research project, what they can come up with. And as I said, project resources, go through it. Please, parents, go through with their kids. Just teach them very high level, at least they can understand. Give a small example, and then with that example, you build a topic, right? So it will be beneficial for all the team, as a team, the whole team. But parents, they can. This is not just for the team. You are doing it for the kid, right? They also learn this. It's going to be very helpful in future when they go to high school and college, and they are going to do it the whole thing. So this is a great opportunity to learn.
Sure.
Uh,
Thank you, Mr. Venkatesh. Quick thing, I shared the when to meet schedule or the link
yes.
in the group, just so that you know the meeting times. It most likely looks like we're going to do Thursdays and Sundays.
Okay.
Initially, we thought we will do twice a week, and
Yeah.
then we can only because we are all of us are new to this whole thing, and
Yeah.
it'll
And
be
keep me posted about the progress in registration, because that's a thing which is like stopping us from moving forward. So let's do as early as possible.
Yeah, we'll do that, Mr.
Yeah.
Venkatesh. And thank you so much for your time and all your efforts in this. We are extremely grateful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Let the kids, have a, they go through the whole process, and definitely it's going to be helpful for their future, in studies as well as for the professional career, right? So,
Indeed.
But in the way you have presented, and then the thorough detailed details that you have provided, I mean, they're very helpful. Thank you so much.
yeah, even if we're doing a small program or small project, we have to go through the whole process, and then everything has to go through the process. So uh, you know, they will understand. Next year they don't need us. They will do it all by themselves. That was
Nice.
the idea. Yeah, yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah.
Appreciate it.
All right then. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Venkatesh.
I
Thank
will
you all.
share.
Thank you.
I will share
Venkatesh.
the
Thanks, everyone.
recording.
everyone.
Yeah,
Sure,
I'll share
I'll
the
post the
recording.
meeting minutes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.